Peace. Dang. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now, matter of fact, right now I'm doing a recording off of my phone. It's been a while, man. I was like, just to catch the feeling, I ain't feel like opening my laptop, and I'm like, my videos aren't about words passing by and none of that anyway. So I'm like, why not do it on the phone? But peace. I want to bring up the crystal Staurolite, are basically fairy crosses. Not gonna go too deep into it, but just a little briefly, the fairy cross. Matter of fact, I got these sent to me by a brethren as a almost like a YouTube donation in essence. He sent me some fairy crosses. Matter of fact, I think he said he got these from off of like right off of the Mississippi River. So that's pretty cool. But Staurolites, or aka fairy crosses, is good for connecting with the Devic Kingdom. Also, just the personification of things. Say, for instance, without me having to tell you anything, if you know just a little bit about metaphysics and occult and esoteric knowledge, I mean, just the cross itself should say something to you as far as like the cross representation. And that's not gonna say representation of Malkut directly, but representation of Malkut, the physicality, like Jesus being crucified, the sin that's the flesh, you know what I'm saying? So it's being grounded in our physical form. So fairy crosses will provide the vibration of grounding and also a deep connection into nature and Mother Earth. Matter of fact, Staurolite helps you to connect to the Devic Kingdom, so it helps you to connect to the fairies, the gnomes, all our close ancestors in the fairy kingdom, basically. Matter of fact, speaking of close ancestors in the fairy kingdom, I want to bring up how you got the TWA people, TWA, but the TWA people are like pygmy people in Africa from the Great Lake area in Africa, you know what I'm saying? But the pygmy people are said to be like the ancestors that's in connection with the fairies, like that's who the fairies are in essence, So dealing with these fairy crosses, you're also dealing with, the TWA people. The TWA people, that's the ancestors. All our lineage, go back to Africa. But also a good stone to deal with getting rid of self-destructive habits. Because matter of fact, this ties you to Mother Earth, it ties you to nature. It gives you that connection to nature in general. And think about nature, on its own, nature is not self-destructive. So the Staurolite, the Staurolite cross will help you with that same type of vibration to keep you away from self-destructive behavior. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up a few other things since I got it. Matter of fact, it would create that connection of course, I already said that being close to nature, and also dealing with the Staurolite. It allows you to have that connection interdimensionally with the Devic Kingdom, because the Devic Kingdom, although it is a different dimension of a higher vibrational frequency, is one of those dimensions that's closest to ours. That's why I always tell people the difference between DMT and mushrooms is like DMT send you, way out there, and where it would be way out there, quote unquote, or way in there, wherever, but you're going way in there. But with mushrooms, it's connecting you to the subtle dimensions that's right around us, you know what I'm saying? Where all you have to do is pick your vibration up just a little, and you'll be able to tune in, to the fairies. As a matter of fact, because another good reason to, deal with the fairies, because again, they are extension of ancestors, and when you want to get earthly, worldly things done, it's easier to reach out to, the fairy kingdom, the Devic Kingdom, basically like your ancestors, before you're reaching out to all these beings that's dealing with intergalactical things, you know what I'm saying, that may not be worried about the bill payment tomorrow, But Definitely a good crystal to have with that. Connecting with the Devil Kingdom works very good with green apophyllite and green kyanite. Also good with blue kyanite, and also ruby. Ruby would be a good connection too, because it also gives a loving vibration. So that loving vibration will connect good with ruby, but definitely good with green apophyllite and green kyanite, because that's again strengthening that connection to the Devil Kingdom, which I got a video on that too with other stones like Pricelite, Mossagate, which Mossagate is not really a gate, but because it's not banded, but but yeah, Staurolite definitely good for that connection with the Devil Kingdom. Let's see. That's basically it. As far as what it's made out of, it's mostly made out of iron, magnesium, zinc, aluminum, and silicon. So it's a mixture of different variety of elements. And it's also good with lucid dreaming and astral travel, which is also surprisingly so, because when you come across a lot of grounding stones, it tends to be something that keeps us grounded here on earth, instead of promoting you to travel to different astral planes or what have you. So that's a good thing to deal with also. And again, not only too, when you're dealing with the connection with the Devil Kingdom, and you connecting with the fairies, the gnomes, all the the garden beings, what I'm saying, you're also getting the connection with the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. So also when you're dealing with the fairy crosses, is going to give you that strong connection to the plant life, what I'm saying, because our words are vibration, and they manifest things, and water is like a medium for vibration, a medium for those vibrations to travel through. And say, for instance, like when you got plant life and stuff like that, plant life has water in it, just like we're basically made out of water. So when you plant things, what I'm saying, just simply talking to your plants, like telling your plants I love you, what I'm saying, you're gonna grow big and strong. The water within that plant is feeling that vibration and hearing that vibration as being and it's connecting, and that's helping support it, in its growth. And so dealing with something like a Staurolite or fairy crosses will help strengthen that lines of communication, and also amplify it. Matter of fact, while you're doing that, the little plant might answer you back, thank you. You might hear something answer you back. So definitely good to use. And also dealing with the connection to the animal kingdom. You're out in nature, it's always good to have that connection. If you ever realize, whenever you're super scared of nature, then that nature is super scared of you, basically. But whenever you be in one and you let like say for instance a insect land on you, you're not freaking out, then then that's the way. What the vibration you put out is what comes to you. When you get all, I'm scared of this roach, I'm scared of this, or I'm scared of that, then it comes at you even more. So allows for that deeper connection. I was gonna say these fairy crosses would also work good with blue apatite, because blue apatite basically is like calcium phosphate, which is basically in essence the bones, what I'm saying. So blue apatite and the bone connection, also the teeth, and we communicate with our teeth, with the mouth. So the blue apatite, dealing with that connection and communication with animals, would also, be strengthened, will work synergistically well with a fairy cross. But I just wanted to bring this up right quick, because I was actually skimming through some information on the TWA people, and I'm talking about like the tallest person is about this tall, like they all are pygmy people, short people. It would make sense that they are the ancestors that eventually become the beings, in the Devic realm or in the Devic kingdom. And again, the Devic kingdom is one of the closest, is one of the closest dimensions, closest reachable dimensions, and it's one of the closest dimensions that basically really exists simultaneously with this dimension. So say for instance, as I'm making videos, there are fairies, you know, in their higher vibrational dimension right around me, but right here is just that, you know, you can't see it because you're not vibrating on that frequency right now. If you was vibrating on that frequency, you would see the fairies dancing around you and dancing around me right now, you know. But it is one of those closer dimensions and easier to reach, you know, compared to like trying to connect to, you know, a star galaxy, you know, that's light years away, or, you know, whatever the case may be. This dimension is very close and easier for you to reach. And again, easier for you to reach, therefore easier for you to communicate. Because think about it, as above so below, so you're easier to reach the people well closest to you, the earth beings, the Devic kingdom. So when you're dealing with a lot of earthly, worldly things, that's who you want to contact and deal with. You know, sources infinitely everything, you know what I'm saying, and may not have time to deal with some of the mundane things, or not even call it even mundane, but some of the smaller situations that you're dealing with, you know. Source looking at bigger pictures and other things, you know what I'm saying? Like that cry from help to source is almost like a cell in your toe. Like, so say for instance, think about how you do. Do you sit around and do you hear the cells in your toe? Because everything in us talking to us at all time. So do you hear the cell in your toe that's asking for water right now? Like say for instance, perfect example, the back of your heel. Say for instance, if you got like a dry, you know, the back of your heel is dry and it obviously needs some type of hydration. Do you as a conscious being hear the voice of the back of your heel? How I need water. I need, like, no, you wearing and doing. So think about that. If you're not paying attention to the back of your heel or the cells that, you know, the smaller cells within your heel, you know what I'm saying? If you're not paying attention to their cry for thirst, for their cry, you know what I'm saying, to quench their thirst. If you can't hear that, then what makes you think source is gonna hear? Oh yeah, I want to do this today, source. You know, and don't get me wrong. How I gotta say, source is everything, and source is supremely powerful and capable of any and everything. But just as far as the hierarchy of things and the way to get things done quickly, you want to deal with your closer relatives, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So, Staurolite, you know, the fairy cross is real good crystal to have to connect with the fairies in the Devic kingdom. Our TWA ancestors. Matter of fact, and y'all go look that up. TWA people, TWA people. You know, do some quick research and go look at them, and you'll see for yourself. Matter of fact, just looking at them, I felt like I'd seen one of them before around me. Like I felt the essence of their spirits around me, you know. But definitely, matter of fact, great crystal for, you know, if you're gonna deal with your mushrooms, you know, the psilocybin. Definitely have your fairy cross with you, you know, a fairy cross, some moss agate, some ruby, green kyanite, green apophyllite, chrysolite, or green amethyst, you know, green fuchsite. Definitely great for that connection with the Devic kingdom, you know, and with our close ancestors. But peace. Happen now. Now is the vibrate. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Remember the connection across earthly plane.